Hey everyone, good Wednesday. Hope you're having a good day. Looking live right now. This is from our Plaza Cam. It's 8:40, and we have updates today. Got a little cobweb on our camera, but it's clear skies. It's nice out there tonight. It's warm, a little bit more humid today. We began kind of our heat wave. Some of us got to the 90s today. Not everybody did. We did not in Kansas City, so we still have not had our first 90-degree day. But that's coming tomorrow as we crank it up. So we're going to talk about updates to the heat. We do have updates there, by the way, and also what's going to be heading our way in the form of storms. The storm risk today has jumped up and somewhat considerably. So we've elevated tomorrow, our Thursday, to our top alert. That's a first warned weather day, as we're kind of putting a spotlight on that. Hey, tomorrow storms, where they go, could be rather nasty. So a couple things to go through here. Let's get right to work, and I'll show you what we've had. First off, is this our severe risk for Thursday evening. Now you see the orange on the map. That was not there yesterday. We got some new data today that came in this afternoon that said, hey, whoa, these could be stronger than we once thought. By the way, I have the Facebook stream up. We're live on the app. If you have questions, you can go to the Facebook stream. I'll see them there. I'll try to answer them for you. But we're across many platforms right now as we bring you these updates. So this is what happened, is went from a level 2 is what we had in place yesterday for Thursday. Today it went up another notch to a level 3. So that orange zone, which does include the north side of the 435 loop, it does not include downtown Kansas City. That's going to be the most likely area to see strong to severe storms tomorrow. There's a level 2 for the metro, and everybody that's in yellow looking at Olathe, Lawrence, Odessa, Marshall, and then a level 1 as you go further south. The storm trend would be weakening as it heads south. So they'll be strongest to the north most likely, and then on a weakening trend as they work their way a little bit further south. So this is kind of the bottom line as we look ahead to tomorrow. First warm weather day, again, our top alert. The reason why, again, storms looking stronger than they once did. But I want to highlight, not everybody's going to get storms. Just because you're in the orange zone even doesn't mean that's a forecast for you to get storms. What that means is if storms form in that area, they could be rather nasty. So what are we talking about with risks? The main one's going to be straight line winds here, and strong ones at that. 70, 75 mile per hour straight line wind gusts, not out of the question. That would be in the isolated pockets of the strongest cells. Not everybody's going to get blasted by those. Could also have some hail. A few tornado warnings are possible. More on the risks here in just a second. And it doesn't matter, regardless if you get storms or not, everybody's going to get the heat. It's a very hot and humid day as we look ahead to our Thursday. We've been talking about that all week. We've had the first warn on Thursday because of the heat all week long. And now it's going up to our top alert because of the heat and this increased storm threat. So here's the impacts that we could see Thursday evening and Thursday night. I'm going to time it out for you coming up here in just a minute, more detailed. The primary one, again, straight line winds. We'll put that toward the top end. It's not all the way to the top, but that's the main threat. The hail threat's there. Put it kind of in the medium or a little higher than medium, quarter size or larger hail, and a few tornadoes. That's on the lower end. Just can't rule it out. And it's not a tremendously tornadic setup, but we could have a few warnings. So when can you expect storms in your area on Thursday? Well, they'll dive in out of the north, so the farther north that you are, the earlier that you may see them. So it'd be 6 to 11 p.m. in this teal shade. That'd be Bethany, Cameron, Maryville, closer to the Iowa border. For the blue zone, which includes Kansas City and everybody that's in that, Marshall, Richmond, Odessa, Olathe, Lawrence, a little bit later, that'd be 9 p.m. as early as 9 and as late as 1 a.m. Hey, Justin, good evening to you too. And then for the southern zone, this is our purple zone. I'm not sure that they're going to make it there at all. If they did, it would be after 10 p.m., more likely by midnight or so. But that one looks pretty iffy. So why has the storm chance gone up and the storm intensity looking stronger today than it did just yesterday? Well, one is we have the Gulf moisture wide open. It's streaming straight in out of the Gulf. It's going to feel really soupy tomorrow. What that means is the humidity level is going to be high. We're cranked way up high on our Thursday. We've seen that for a while. But what that does is it also is fuel for storms. You have to have moisture in order to get storms. That's the moisture that you'll feel in the form of humidity, and that makes the atmosphere more unstable. And it's what we call convective available potential energy. So high energy. We're way high on the energy for storms for tomorrow. Now, you can have high energy and not have storms. It's kind of like having a gas tank, all right? So you've got a bunch of gas. It can sit there just fine. Nothing happens. You need a spark for something explosive to happen, and we have that spark coming in the form of a cold front that drops in out of the north. That lifts the atmosphere. The storms can then form, tap into all that fuel, get strong, and we could see some warnings fire tomorrow. So let me show you this on forecast track as we look ahead and we track it together. This is by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. No trouble. Much of your day is going to be bone dry, just scalding hot. By the time we look to the north, though, at about 3 in the afternoon, we'll probably be seeing some stout storms fire up in Iowa. And something else happened today is tomorrow's storms got in range of our highest resolution computer forecast, which I'm showing you right here. And, you know, previously some of our longer range computer forecasts didn't have a whole lot for Thursday. We saw the ingredients coming together, but there just wasn't much. But then whenever we got within range of the best computer forecast money can buy, and they start chugging out these big, strong storms, that's where that risk level went up. So we got better eyes on this by earlier today, this afternoon. So we pay attention to that. Now, as we go into 5-6, this is where we could start to see some of these drive in out of Iowa and into the northern section. This is 7 p.m., what radar may look like. And I want to emphasize again, there's a lot of us tomorrow that don't get storms, but where they go, look out. They could be strong. This is by 10. They may be in the general area of Kansas City. They could be to the east. Some other computer forecasts have them over the metro. Will they make it to Kansas City? They may not. We may not get this round, which would be great. But in spots, they're out there. And then watch as they fizzle as we go further south. All right, so there's just not a whole lot. And they just kind of fall apart is what we're thinking. So what this all means is there is a chance, a potential for nasty storms tomorrow. Even if you don't get them, that's the risk level. We want to let you know about the risk level. So what are the odds that you get rain or you get storms in your backyard? It's less than 50-50. It's a 40% chance, which is high enough to raise the alarm with the first warned weather day. You know, if there was a 40% chance that you got in a boat and it sunk, would you get on it? I wouldn't. I'd want to know about that. So that's what we're doing. We're letting you know, hey, this is what could come our way. There's also a first warn on Friday. So Friday has rain and some thunderstorms. Some of those could be strong as well. They're a little bit later, 10 p.m. and through the night, widely scattered as well. So rain coverage is about the same. Some of those could even spill into Saturday now, so we bump Saturday's rain chance up a little bit to 30%. I'm not too worried about your Saturday, but in the morning, you could have some showers and some thunderstorms. Here's that risk for storms on Friday night. It's lower. It's a level 1 out of 5. I think the stronger storms are out to the west in Nebraska and Kansas, northern Kansas outside of our coverage area. And what we're seeing here is a chance for a few storms that could produce some hail and some gusty winds. Again, not widespread. A lot of us won't get severe weather, but we can't rule out a few strong storms there. That's the storm end of things. Here's the heat end of things. Again, everybody gets this one. So we have a heat advisory in effect now that includes the Kansas City metro. This goes on Thursday from 1 in the afternoon till 8 in the evening. That's where the combo of heat and humidity will be at its highest, and there's an elevated risk of heat-related illness. So if you're working out in it tomorrow, if you're just going to be out doing recreation, if you're sensitive to the heat, this is a day where you need to pay attention and watch yourself. Take lots of cool breaks. It's the kind of day where you could easily get overheated. Here's your morning. Get you out the door, set you up for your morning. It's soupy right out of the gate. You're going to feel the humidity. And it's warmer than we've been for the past several mornings, too. One of our warmer mornings so far this year. 73 at 6 a.m. It won't take any time before we're in the 80s. There we are by 9. 10 o'clock, we're at 84. It'll feel like 90 probably by about that point. And then here's the heat index for the afternoon, 105 up to 105. Not everybody gets to 105. But 100 to 105 degrees is what a lot of us will see in the peak heat of the afternoon on Thursday. Actual high temperature of 95, and some of us could even exceed that a little bit. So not everybody gets to 95 either, but that's what we're forecasting for Kansas City. Generally a little bit cooler to the south, 91, 92, but 95, 96 is some of the hotter locations. There's a little bit of a breeze out of the southwest at 10 to 15. So Thursday, scalding hot, 95 feels like 105. Then Friday, with that front coming through that drives some of these storms in, it'll actually knock us back a little bit. So a brief little break on Friday as we go to 89, not as humid, so feeling a little bit better, but it doesn't last very long. Check out your 7-day forecast. As we get into your weekend, there's that chance for some morning showers on Saturday, and 93, we pop right back up. Father's Day, get them out to the pool. Do something early in the morning because 94 degrees yet again. I don't think it's as humid on Sunday as what we're going to have tomorrow, but still it's a hot day, and the heat wave continues. This is a heat wave. Monday, 94, 92 on Tuesday. I have 89 on Wednesday. I know you can't see that, but there's another front that comes in with some rain 30% rain chance, and highs in the upper 80s. So a couple things to watch for tomorrow. Could be nasty in spots with storms, and the heat won't be fun. It'll be uncomfortable for everybody, and for some of us even on the dangerous side. So we want to alert you to that, get you ready for it, get you ready to go. So that's what we have here. For the severe risk, the heat risk, I do have updates coming for you at 10 o'clock. That computer forecast that I showed you that times out the storms, we have an update that will be fresh by 10 o'clock, and we'll see what differences it's showing by then. So you can tune in with us there. And if there is a storm threat for tomorrow, if they do get going for us, which is kind of an if, I think we'll have some. How many will there be is kind of the question. But we're going to have your back the whole way through. We're going to have the storm team in. Well, all the meteorologists are going to be covering this for you. Greg will have updates for you in the morning, meteorologist Greg Bennett, and we'll just be here for you through the whole thing. So that's what we have, and we'll see you at 10 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.